So it has been 654 days since I last logged in. That's only 1.79 years. For some people, that's nothing, but it was plenty of time for Jagex to change the game just enough that I had to figure out what they did while I was away. I spent some time figuring out what was different, and in this video, I'll go over some of the changes I found. Before I go further, I should point out that I have always been a free player, mostly because I've always been basically broke. So while I'm sure the game has also changed for members, I have no way of knowing what is new and what has been there since they first started adding members content. Changes to free player part of the game don't happen very often, but the update or updates Jagex implemented affected both player bases and bots, of course. So one of the first things I noticed when I logged in was that all my rune equipment was gone. All I had was my rune defender, which, although it was rune, I guess it didn't count as a rune object, probably because I couldn't make it. And instead it had been replaced by these tokens. And apparently I had some animate items too. I think it's related to the fact that I had this rune defender. Yeah, and I'm not sure what the rate was, but that seems like a lot of tokens. But then I did have a lot of rune equipment that I didn't use very often. I had 2 main weapons, plus one a battle axe I never used, and then 2 offhanded weapons, plus the full gear and a shield, and then the defender, of course. So like a lot of rune equipment that I never use. Maybe it was better that it was all gone. Who knows? And then this talks about the new mining rework. Wait, no, I gotta go in here. What's this guy? Yeah, token exchange. Custom fit, no thanks. I guess that's also new. I don't remember that. But anyway, we're just talking about the tokens for now. Rune, of course. And this is all I can get with it, apparently. I don't remember if I actually took any of this stuff or if I made it already. I have all these tokens, so I may as well use them. It seems like there is a lot more tokens than I'm gonna need to replace this stuff with. Like I could easily replace the 2H too. That's right. The 2H, the scimitar, the plate body, everything. But I think I just tried making everything myself to see how it would do, how long it would take, what I had to do. So apparently they added these new banks to the furnaces and anvils, so you can store all your ore, which is incredibly helpful. It is really annoying, like storing everything, and now it's just easy to access. It's also easier for bots, so that's a negative drawback, I think. Not for them though. You can also withdraw everything at once. Let's go ahead and do that. Yay! And deposit everything. And I had like 600 coal for some reason stocked up, and it's basically only good for mithril and steel now. So that's a drawback or positive, I guess. They added the new metal that you probably saw there. So draw that again. This luminite. They also decreased the mining requirements. Here's all my stats. For where is it? Resources. Where is it? Don't tell me. Somewhere here somewhere. Yeah, they reduced the requirement for rune to 50. However, one thing I noticed they did not do is decrease the requirement for fletching. So you still need 75 fletching to fletch rune arrows. Whereas you can have all your rune equipment, I forget exact level, probably around 50. Let's go and look that up now. Level 50. Is it all unlocked at level 50? Wow. Okay, that's also new. Yeah, but this way you don't have to have level 99 to smith a rune plate body when that's really not the best thing in the game. So it makes sense. However, people that actually made it to 99 smithing, yeah, they can be kind of disappointed in all the hard work. As a free player, all this time I had a struggle to get rune equipment, and now suddenly I can just get it quite easily. They also added the whole base 1, 2, 3. I assume that base is the normal stats, and then they can get better stats that might put range and smithing at a disadvantage. Something to hopefully they test it out. Let's deposit everything back. And then let's go over to the mining. They also added something called a box or ore box. It stores everything. I didn't bring one with me, but you can make that. It's helpful. And let's show you the mining. Yes, they added all these new resources, and they have some weird stamina thing. And then this thing glows. It totally looks like it would explode when you clicked on it, but apparently it doesn't kill you, so that's good, I guess. A lot more mining XP. I think I was around 71 once I logged in, and now I'm at 77, so I'm able to level up mining pretty faster. You go in here. Oh yeah, they give you these things now, which you could turn off actually if you don't want in the settings, but free stuff, so you may as well take it, right? And these are the more exploding rocks. These are gonna be exploding rocks, okay? Yeah, so critical damage. I turned on one of these bars to stand permanently. I forget which. I have no idea what they actually mean. I think that I don't know. They also added these for smithing. Smithing takes a ridiculously long amount of time now. All right, let's go ahead and show that off. Let's open that too. Let's see what it gives us. Spirit shard. It's usually what I get. Also some gems. So it kind of like I think broke the price for gems if I'm not mistaken. So that's no, I don't need that. Pause it all. There you go. Should we smith? Yeah. Actually, this takes about the normal amount of time. It's the anvil part that takes the longest. I did go ahead and give myself the full amount of material. Let's go ahead and do a simple rune dagger. Kind of looks like a defender actually. Except that it's got a little thing on it. All right. And so there you go. You have a heat bar, I think. That's what it means. And then the blue bar means progress. You can also see that over here. And the experience left. So it gives you more experience, I think, maybe. And then it decreases over time unless you reheat it. I don't actually know. Is it reheating? Okay, that must be. So you can reheat it there. I did test around in Dungeoneering, Demonhide, however you pronounce it, and it actually didn't change anything there. So that's the normal way. I don't know if they ever plan on fixing that or if that's just going to be how it is. It kind of makes sense to leave it the old way because there's no point in having it be as long as this takes because you don't get to keep the resources. So that's fine. I just kind of wish they would decrease the fletching level. I got to get to 75 for rune arrows, and that's going to be 1 million experience. So, yep, that'll be a minute. 3% of the way there. I got it. I do have some stats from when there was a free membership weekend. However, it was only a weekend, so I didn't get much of the content done. I did get a few quests. Oh, yeah, speaking of quests, let's go and look at that. Those are my challenges. So they added a chef's assistant quest. I have not done that. Probably should do that. They also added Broken Home. I don't remember if that was before or after I left for a while. I actually don't know what some of these are. I think Broken Home was added before I left. And Gertrude's Cat. I don't remember this one, though. Let the Meat Pie, I know they added. Missing Presumed Death. I think they added that before that. One Piercing Note. I think these were all added. Song from the Depths. I think... Yeah, No Stolen Hearts was the Soul's Bane. I don't remember this one, though. I have no idea what that is. It does not sound familiar to me at all. And then they also added these free mini quests. I mean, obviously, the Sheep Shearer and the Witch's Potion, classic veteran players will remember. These, I don't remember. Oh, this is from Dungeoneering, I believe. And I don't know what these two are. So that's fun. One other thing, they changed... food, just slightly, that you can see its level, the level where you get the maximum amount of points, and I think how much points you get. I don't remember that being a thing, which is incredibly helpful. That was very nice. I noticed that in Dungeoneering, and then it carried over to the real world. Yeah, real world. If you count this real world. Oh yeah, and I think this is new. I don't remember there being this many action bars available to free players. So that was good. I think they didn't do a Halloween event this year, which is very unusual because usually in the past they did. So I don't know if they're just changing their focus or if they just didn't have time with all their content they're making. Obviously, invention, can't use that. There's no new skills that I'm aware of. Although I think they did read that they were adding something. And the alchemy prices changed. I didn't really do too much alchemy, so I didn't really care that much, but I'm sure people were upset about that. But it's kind of necessary because you get 99 mining and smithing, and it's just for like free player content. It's too much work for it. But then the people who already got it, they're kind of ticked off that they spent all this time, and now they get new materials. Maybe I think I did see some in there, so that's fun. I actually don't know what was beyond the rune anyway, so that could be a little bit helpful to me. One thing I did forget to mention though was they replaced with the banking system, replaced the remove all but one option and replace it with placeholder so that people could take out everything instead. Also, when you take out your equipment, I believe it now saves that spot in the placeholder thing. So that's beneficial to some people instead of having to rearrange everything. I think more towards members because they're probably the ones that have like more stuff. But I use it too, so it's helpful. Also, the rune boxes fill up to 120, I believe. Although I think that could change depending on the level. Because I think you start out with 100. I could be wrong on that. Don't quote me on that. Also, one thing about the rune boxes is you can only have one. Doesn't like it when you have two. As I found out the hard way when I tried to bring two. So I just sold the other one. And there you have it. All the changes I've discovered so far in RuneScape since I left almost 2 years ago. I just discovered I might have a perfectly legal way of acquiring membership that doesn't involve unhealthy hours of in-game wealth accumulation for a single bond, or getting a credit card with a 90% interest rate. So if I do a series in RuneScape, that could help it continue past the 4 episodes of free player content. Anyway, if you like this video, be sure to leave a like. It isn't content I normally do on this channel, but since there are 0 comments on my recent videos, I assume no one is actually watching the normal content anyway. This makes me sort of question why I'm continuing to make videos, but the answer was sort of obvious. Insanity. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'm TJ, I think, and I'll see you next time.